I don't know if it's just you guys or me, but I absolutely hate that little jingle when you enter into the ships, like doo 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 doo. Alright. Well, anyway, we have a pointless staircase, really. Anyway. But before we continue on, nice, cool little glitch, not glitch, but nice thing that you can do in order to rack up as many monster horns as you want. You can enter in and out of this room, and the bokoblin with the horn will be right there. Just keep on going in and out, killing him, and then you can just keep on grabbing monster horns to your heart's content. But anyway, what we want to do is we need to deactivate this time shift stone. But yeah, so if you ever need any monster horns, I actually recommend going back to this ship after completing it, coming in and out of this room, killing that bokoblin, and you'll get tons of them. He'll always reappear. But anyway, so we have some sand that we can blow away. I think there's another 20 rupees in this one, I'm not sure. How do 20 rupees fit inside these little piles of sand? Anyway, there's a bird statue there. What do we... Oh, I remember this. I remember this room. Wow, those guys tried to creep up on me, but they're not going to succeed. Well, anyway, here's a Beamos, and it's blocking our path. Luckily for us, we have another grating that we can shoot the time shift stone. Yeah, this room, in order to get the puzzle key, it's going to be a bit of a battle. Yeah, so prepare yourself for probably one of the harder battles of the game so far. Man, that stupid bokoblin is ruining my day. How did I hit that bokoblin from behind me? Well, anyway. So, with the time shift stone activated, we can step on the switch, and the Beamos gone, we can now shoot through that hole to hit the switch in the other room. But before we head off to the other room, I actually do want to save at that bird statue. So, luckily for us, I think we can actually shoot this time shift stone with the fan activated. The fan's not that fast, so I think Nintendo realized the fact that people who know what's beyond the next door might want to go back and save before they head off into some treacherous waters, pun intended. So the next room actually is one of the harder rooms of the Zelda of this game that we have yet to face. Yeah, the difficulty suddenly ramps up in this part of the dungeon. I don't know why it does, but it's kind of frustrating. In the next room there are 3 Beamos statues, and oh, I guess we can shoot through here before we activate the time shift stone, so we can open the door. Yeah, in the next room there are 3 Beamos statues, and the locations of these Beamos statues is really, really inconvenient. So there's one right there as we enter the door, there's another one right ahead of us, and last but not least, there's one to the right of us. But yeah, 3 of those Beamos statues, that's a little bit more than we can, well, you think that you can take, but I'm gonna try to do my best. You probably do want to save before you go do this, just in case if your shield breaks. Because if you definitely mess up the shield guarding for these guys when you're fighting them, then your shield, especially if you're using the sacred shield, any form of the sacred shield, it'll probably just break. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me when I was, or almost happened to me when I was in the practice file for this. Alright, so we've got one, oh wow, that was lucky. Alright, so we got one Beamos down, it's a little bit better, but there's still one of those other ones over there, and he's gonna be a dick to us. Alright, keep on running! Run, alright. Alright, okay. I actually got through this one pretty well. Yeah, the problem is, like, when I was practicing this, I completely forgot about the 3 Beamos, and if you don't really know about it and you try to come in here, you'll be caught off guard. And unfortunately, I wasted, like, a couple of my fairies when I came in here, and I wasted, like, two of my stamina potions. Not stamina potions, but my red potions. But yeah, just save before you come in here, and if you really mess up, like, you royally screw up, don't worry, you can always just restart the game, and then reset the game, and then just come back in here and try it all over again. Yeah. But anyway, that gate opened up for some reason. Seems like it's kind of pointless, and that was really stupid. Alright, but anyway, So now that we have the puzzle key, which happens to look like an octopus, or squid, we can go head off to the boss room. Yeah, there's really nothing left in this dungeon to do. We've got all the treasure chests, we got everything, we got the piece of heart, got all the goddess walls, and we're gonna get one more monster horn, just because we can. Alright. And let's grab our arrows. And since we don't have to really go back up and down through the floors, we can just use this lifeboat to get back down to the floor we need to get to. Yeah, this thing is really helpful. Oh man, I love you, lifeboat. Alright. Ugh, I hate that jingle. Hate it. Absolutely hate it now. Just creeps me out sometimes. Alright, now where is this boss room? I think I'm heading in the wrong direction. Woo, I think it's one more floor beneath us. Alright. Now, before we head off to the boss, or before we enter the boss room, I'd just like to say, everything leading up to this boss is wonderfully set up. Like, we got Skipper's Retreat, we had the shipyard, we had Pirate Stronghold. Everything was like a wonderful story that led up to all this, including this dungeon of saving, like, the crew and the captain, and even defeating the pirate lord, Servo, and to get the bow and arrow. But this boss, I cannot figure out how in the world they thought that, oh yeah, this totally makes sense. It's like this boss actually just comes out of nowhere. It really just comes out of nowhere. And there's really only one indication at all at this point in the game that leads you to think that, wow, okay, they had some sort of plan coming into this boss, but okay, just bear with me here. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to keep the eye, the red part of the eye on the upper portion, there, or lower portion, yeah, portion. Alright, okay, look at this door. And you see little tentacles. The boss key looked like an octopus. So, what do you think this boss is gonna be? Just take a wild guess at this point. It is an octopus. Or squid, whatever you want to call it. It's a tentacle monster. How in the world... Where did this boss come from? Like, really... Like, most of the other dungeons, at least you can, like, reason out, like, oh, yeah, like, Galactus was... Well, he was an automaton, ancient mechanical thing, an ancient cistern, like a guardian kind of thing. But anyway. So in order to defeat these tentacles that are blocking our path, we can use Sacred Power, and we have Sacred Power in our Skyward Strike. So, charge up the Skyward Strike, cut off each tentacle. So this is technically the time leading up to the boss fight. It's kind of cool, actually. I mean, though this boss comes out of left field, I like this boss a lot. Anyway, every time the water level rises, you kind of reach a checkpoint. So that's good, we reached one checkpoint. So now the ship is being tilted by whatever this monster is. And we have some barrels that we have to avoid. This corner is very hard to avoid getting hit because of the barrels and due to like the fact that it's hard to see around, you got like a blind spot. Anyway, here be very careful to not get very close to the tentacles or else they will grab you and you'll have to restart from the last checkpoint. Here we have to jump across, of course, obvious. And now we reach our second checkpoint. Yay! Good news is once you reach the actual boss, you don't have to do this entire thing if you happen to die. Warding Master. I sense an evil presence on the other side of this door. There is a 90% chance it is a primary body of mass. I suggest making all necessary preparations. Alright, Fee, you tell me to make all necessary preparations. What am I supposed to prepare? There's no bird statue, there's nothing, there's nowhere to sit down and refill my health. What kind of preparations are you talking about? It's like, okay, Fee, I'm ready? Yeah. Anyway, look at how much damage this ship has undergone already. And there's a block up there. That block wasn't there before. Deus Ex Machina right there for you. And action pose, Link. Alright. Here's the boss. Boo from Monsters, Inc. That's what it looks like. But it's actually Abyssal Leviathan Tantalus. Abyssal, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but it's like abyss. Abyssal, I think abyssal, I don't know. Anyway, you want to get your Skyward Strike activated because now we're going to be attacked by all these tentacles. So just keep on recharging your Skyward Strike. Strategy here, just run around so you don't get caught by one of the tentacles because they do happen to grab you if you get too close or if you wait too long. And after defeating enough tentacles, Tantalus will re-emerge from the water, charge up an arrow, and shoot its eye. And get close enough and deliver as many blows as you can before Tantalus submerges him or herself. I don't know. It's probably like, I don't know, this is like one of the most androgynous like enemies I've ever seen in a Zelda game so far. But anyway, is androgynous the right word? I don't know. Genderless. Let's just go with genderless. Alright, sometimes if you line up tentacles and you release your Skyward Strike, you can destroy 2 tentacles at once, or multiple tentacles at once. Alright. Oh, dang it, I missed. Oh, sidestep, sidestep! Whoa, okay, that was... Alright, that was interesting. I guess if you... Yeah, if you happen to miss Tantalus will try to, like, smack you with their... or his... one of his large tentacle arms. But anyway, for some reason I happened to get that arrow right into his or her eye. Alright, I'm gonna keep on doing this, his or her eye, whatever. Alright, so if you happen to get caught by one of the tentacles, keep on shaking your Wii remote so you don't take any damage. I don't know what happens if you don't do anything. I have yet to experiment with that, but anyway. One more tentacle and not Leviathan. Tantalus should come back up. Yep, alright. So Tantalus is going to be coming back up in the front. Yeah, for some reason Tantalus never comes up on the other side. But let's fire an arrow in the eye. I love the music when you start to, like, win the battle. It definitely is awesome. I think this is the same music that was used with Skaldera. Well, anyway. So now that we've hit Tantalus enough 3 times, he or she starts to destroy the deck of the ship, and we need to use this block that was never here before. No, don't move it. Run up, run up. And try to not get hit by the barrels. Now we get to the really cool part of this battle. I'm actually going to talk as little as possible here. It's just awesome. Alright, so now it's a one-on-one showdown with Tantalus. And now, if you stand in this spot right here, Tantalus will start sending out little Medusa heads at you, or Medusa snake heads. You stand here, slash your sword like crazy until like the heads stop coming. And then Tantalus will try to scream. Anyway, you should fire your arrow, run up to Tantalus, and keep on slashing at the eye. Yeah, this is a good boss battle, but I still don't understand how in the world, like, Tantalus just, like, comes out of nowhere. I don't know. But anyway. Alright, let's do this one more time. Oh, dang it. Alright. You're mine. Alright. Come on, come on, come on, get here. Get here. There we go. Yeah. This is a good boss battle. Don't get me wrong, I love this boss battle. It just kind of a problem when bosses just seem to come out of nowhere. I mean, at least like Skaldera, Girahim, like all of them at least had like some lead up to it. But this guy just came out of nowhere. Kind of like Moldarok, but except Moldarok you like could tattle and find out its backstory. Anyway, never mind. I don't have to explain myself, that's just my opinion. And how is that Link's little gasp echoes? He's outside. There really shouldn't be an echo outside. when there's nothing to really reverberate the sound. And then before we activate the Skyward crest, let's grab our next heart container. We're up to 13 hearts. Alright. Neighbor's Flame. Here we go. Ah, blue. Love that color. My planet needs me! Guess not. And for all of our hard work, we get the Goddess Whitesword. Yes. And with the Goddess Whitesword, we now have the ability to douse for 8 targets. Woo! Yeah, don't you just love dousing? You'll never really actually fill up all 8 dousing zones, but that's later on. Anyway. Yay! 2 flames down, 1 more to go. I certainly will save. Thank you. Well, yep, now that we've got the Sacred Flame, there's only one last one to get. Anyway, here the Captain Skipper's just telling us that even though the ship was wrecked during the boss battle, they've actually repaired it in the last 10 seconds, so if we ever need to go back to the Sandship to get any treasure that we have yet to collect, we can always just use the boat to ride out back to the Sandship. So yeah, that's basically it. So now that we're done with the Sandship and we've got Nehru's Flame and the Goddess Whitesword, I'm going to call it a part here, or end the recording. In the next part, we're going to go collect a few things. Yeah. Now is the time to go do some collecting! Woohoo! So see you then.